Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is John Clayton. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic. And it is now, what is it? Oh, it's Happy Halloween, everybody. That's right. It's October 31st today. Yeah, Happy Halloween. Um, yeah, we're going on to step 6 and how it works. And yeah, how it works from the basic text. Um, Yeah, because I'm running a couple of channels. One for this channel, which is mainly the just for today reading, and then also I'm sharing the basic text here, and then I have the other channel, which is where I'm sharing the spiritual principle of the day as well as part of the Living Clean book. But because I've got 4 different books going on, so making sure trying to remember, okay, well, either which day are we on or which book are we reading, and and try and have it all ready for you when you guys want to watch it or listen to it. Yeah. Yeah. Enough of that ramble. So yeah, step 6. Oh yeah, and I'm John Clayton. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic. I'm not sure if I might have said that already. I've done quite a bit of reading today already. Um, Yeah, okay, so step 6. We were entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. Why ask for something before we are ready for it? This would be asking for trouble. So many times addicts have sought the rewards of hard work without the labor. Willingness is what we strive for in step 6. How sincerely we work this step will be proportionate to our desire for change. Do we really want to be rid of our resentments, our anger, our fear? Many of us cling to our fears, doubts, self-loathing, or hatred because there is a certain distorted security in familiar pain. It seems safer to embrace what we know than to let go of it forever for the unknown. Letting go of character defects should be done decisively. We suffer because their demands weaken us. Where we were proud, we now find that we cannot get away with arrogance. If we are not humble, we are humiliated. If we are greedy, we find that we are never satisfied. Before taking step 4 and 5, we could indulge in fear, anger, dishonesty, or self-pity. Now, indulgence in these character defects clouds our ability to think logically. Selfishness becomes an intolerable destructive chain that ties us to our bad habits. Excuse me. Our defects drain us of all our time and energy. We examine the 4-step inventory and get a good look at what these defects are doing to our lives. We begin to long for freedom from these defects. We pray, or otherwise become willing, ready, and able to let God remove these destructive traits. We need a personality change if we are to stay clean. We want to change. We should approach old defects with an open mind. We are aware of them, and yet we still make the same mistakes, and we are unable to break the bad habits. We look to the fellowship for the kind of life that we want for ourselves. We ask our friends, did you let go? Almost without exception, the answer is yes, to the best of my ability. When we see how our defects exist in our lives and accept them, we can let go of them and get on with our new life. We learn that we are growing when we make new mistakes instead of repeating old ones. When we are working step 6, it is important to remember that we are human and should not place unrealistic expectations on ourselves. This is a step of willingness. Willingness is the spiritual principles of step 6. Step 6 helps us move in a spiritual direction. Being human, we will wander off course. Rebellion is a character defect that spoils us here. We need not lose faith when we become rebellious. Rebellion can produce indifference or intolerance, which can be overcome by persistent effort. We keep asking for willingness. We may be doubtful that God will see fit to relieve us that something will go wrong. We ask another member who says, "You're right. You're right where you're supposed to be." We renew our readiness to have our defects removed. We surrender to the simple suggestions that the program offers us. Even though we are not entirely ready, we are headed in the right direction. Eventually, faith, humility, and acceptance replaces pride and rebellion. We come to know ourselves. We find ourselves growing into mature consciousness. We begin to feel better as a vision of our new life. With this in sight, we put our willingness into action by moving on to step 7. Well, yeah. So that was step 6. And we'll carry on to step 7. Try and stay consistent and to 2 steps of video. Step 7. We humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. Character defects or shortcomings are those things that cause pain and misery all of our lives. If they contribute to our health and happiness, we would not have come to such a state of desperation. We had to become ready to have God, as we understood him, remove these defects. Having decided that we want God to relieve us of these useless or destructive aspects of our personality, we have arrived at the 7th step. We couldn't handle the ordeal of life all by ourselves. It wasn't until we made a real mess of our lives that we realized we couldn't do it alone. By admitting this, we achieved a glimpse of humility. This is the main ingredient to step 7. Humility is a result of getting honest with ourselves. We have practiced being honest since step 1. We accept our addiction and powerlessness. We found a strength beyond ourselves and learned to rely on it. We examined our lives and discovered who we really are. To be truly humble is to accept honestly, to try to be ourselves. None of us is perfectly good or perfectly bad. We are people who have assets and liabilities. Most importantly, we are human. Humility is as much part of staying clean as food and water are to staying alive. As our addiction progresses, we devoted our energy towards satisfying our material desires. All other needs were beyond our reach. We always wanted gratification of our basic desires. The 7th step is an action step, and it is time to ask God for help and relief. We have to understand that our way of thinking is one point out. Sorry. Let's try it again. We have to understand that our way of thinking is not the only way. Other people can give us direction. When someone points out a shortcoming, our first reaction may be defensive. We must realize that we are not perfect. There will always be room for growth. If we truly want to be free, we will make a good look. We will take a good look at we will take a good look at input from fellow addicts. If the shortcomings we discover are are real and we have a chance to be rid of them, we will surely experience a sense of well-being. Some will want to get on their knees for this step. Some will be very quiet, and others will put forth a great emotional effort to show intense willingness. The word humble applies because we approach this power greater than ourselves to ask for the freedom to live without the limitations of our past ways. Many of us are willing to work this step without reservations, on pure blind faith, because we are sick of what we have been doing and how we are feeling. Whatever works, we go all the way. This is our road to spiritual growth. We change every day. We gradually and carefully pull ourselves out of the isolation and loneliness of addiction and into the mainstream of life. The growth is not good. Oh, sorry. The growth is not the result of wishing, but the action and prayer. The main objective of step 7 is to get out of ourselves and strive to achieve the will of our higher power. If we are careless and fail to grasp the spiritual meaning of this step, we may have difficulties and stir up old troubles. One danger is in being too hard on ourselves. Sharing with other recovering addicts will help us to avoid becoming more morbidly serious about ourselves. Accepting the defects of others can help us become humble and pave the way for our own defects to be relieved. God often works through those who care enough about recovery to help make us aware of our shortcomings. We have noticed that humility plays a big part in this program and our new way of life. We take our inventory, we become ready to let God remove our defects of character, we humbly ask Him to remove our shortcomings. This is our road to spiritual growth, and we will want to continue. We are ready for step 8. Wow, yeah. That was I don't know if I want to say that one was almost a hard read, but for a couple of spots there, I seem to keep losing my way. But yeah, so next time we'll carry on to step 8 and 9, and I'd love it if you'd leave a comment, or even or you want to share a story, or if you just want to say hello. That's cool. That'd be cool. So, or hit subscribe and like and join the community. We'd love to have you aboard. And the one main thing that my big takeaway from this is that I don't have to do it alone. And since I have that option, here I am sharing with you guys. So, and the fact that I'm trying to become a YouTuber, and this is all a new direction for me in my life, and maybe we can grow together. So, thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you all next time. Oh, guess you can't go that way.